Mhm.
Just another one of these puzzle pieces that Alliance have to put together in a way that they want, rather than in a way that Kaban want. Because I think lifesteal are less so these days, because you just goes
Radiant
Midas and
team
farms super
pick.
fast somehow. But certainly the Razor is certainly momentum-based hero. So
Mhm.
you need to make sure that you don't fall too far behind early on.
All right, Oracle picked up next. What do you think? I'm trying to think this one. They might be. This threatens a Huskar pick for sure. They could still pick up a Huskar here.
Yeah.
I think they might try and run
10
Kaban
seconds
over here
remaining.
on Alliance if they're picking up the Oracle right now. It's not the best counter in
5
the world to the
seconds
heroes they have. I
remaining.
mean, it can dispel open wounds, it can dispel drunken haze, but it doesn't offer a whole lot against the heroes of Kaban so far. Maybe just something that they're comfortable with, but we'll see.
It's certainly in their cards. You know, Alliance have played this before,
Mhm.
but yeah, it doesn't feel really good against Brewmaster or Lifestealer for that matter.
Mhm.
So might just be a normal Oracle pick. You know, it
Yep.
is an Insania special. So this guy has been picking his hero more often than anyone else on the pro scene. I don't want to say for last couple of months at least. So
Dire team pick.
you can certainly get a lot of value out of that hero, especially when Kaban pick up something like a Phoenix. So
Radiant
more
team
dispels,
ban.
more saves, and certainly go for the trolls. So
Okay,
always
this is a
nice.
little bit interesting. I mean, Troll has always been like a classic counter to the Phoenix, right? But since they changed his
Yeah.
ultimate around, he needs to target the Phoenix egg before he ults, correct?
Yeah. So if
So,
you can still like you're still clicking the Phoenix egg with the ultimate, it counts as a unit. But
10
of course
seconds
you have to be
remaining.
that has to be the closest target. You have to be
yep,
a bit careful with that.
5 seconds
yep.
remaining.
Otherwise, before it's like, okay, the Phoenix has just used his egg. I'm going to pop my ultimate. Everyone hits it.
Dire
Job
team
done.
ban.
Everyone can go home. Now it's like, if Troll hits his ultimate and then Phoenix pops the egg,
Yeah.
then you become in a pretty bad place. So I really like the Phoenix pick here.
Yeah, I can kind of see it. At the same time, it's just one of these heroes that you can play around, certainly with what you already have, and also with the last pick going in for Alliance. And also
10
kind of like the
seconds
Troll Warlord,
remaining.
um, because of his ultimate,
5
which keeps
seconds
him alive
remaining.
for what is it, 4.5 seconds, 5.5 seconds, something like that. And then you have the False Promise on top of that. Like, there's gonna be a chance that this Troll Warlord, even if they kind of even farm, even if they get a jump on him or whatever, that he's not really going to die anytime soon in the middle of these team fights, which might be an issue when you can even wait out that Phoenix Egg, when you can wait out the Brewmaster ultimate and the Lifestealer's Rage duration, more importantly, and then can still turn and fight.
Yeah, that's a super good point you just made. Being able to wait out that Lifestealer's Rage duration is huge, and it's going to make a massive difference in these fights, I think. So it makes a little bit of sense there, now that you mentioned that, for the Oracle to be picked up here and the Troll Warlord after that. But so far, I think I preferred the lineup of Kaban a little bit, although it is a little bit scary having that Lifestealer against the Razor. So Alliance is going to want to follow that Lifestealer around the map and just make sure he has a horrible time in lane and in team fights. But even if they don't do that, I mean, Razor does pretty good mid lane now with this new passive ability. I think he at least draws even, or if not draw even, beats a lot of heroes mid now, if you know how to use it.
Yeah. People have warmed up to that ability quite a bit, been learning how
Mm-hmm.
to use it properly. It is basically just free damage. It also pushes the wave, which is the downside, but yeah, again, as I said, if you can use it properly, it does certainly make up for that.
Downside and upside, I mean, pushing the wave means you can go do other stuff on the map as well,
Oh yeah.
or just quickly farm the creep wave, or you can push down the tower as soon as he leaves the lane. So there's a lot of good parts to it as well. You just, again, have to know how to use it.
Dire team pick.
Alliance thought pretty hard about that ban. They take out the Queen of Pain.
Queen of Pain. Not sure about that one. It would be a
Radiant
Lifestealer
team
carrier,
pick.
but I don't think that's really what they're worried about. The pack. That's also an interesting one.
Alright, I don't mind it. I think Alliance has a pretty good shot of running over the enemies here with their lineup so far. I'm
You
not
may
sure.
now
I don't think
select
they're
your
going to win this as
heroes.
the game goes on, though. I think Kaban scales a little bit better into the late game just due to that Phoenix and the tine he just picked up right there. So
Yeah.
Tiny really scary here as the game goes on. And Tiny's a pretty good answer to Troll as well. You can just toss him away when he hits his ultimate.
I can sort of see that. I mean, both of these teams are very comfortable fighting in the mid game. I would say though, pure damage wise, or like pure core wise, Alliance, they technically have two with Troll and Razor versus the Lifestealer being the one side of Kaban, and he is counted out, so I'm not sure I necessarily agree with the late game. But a lot of things can go very crazy in that department, especially with the Brewmaster ultimate, just being on a super low cooldown once he gets a talent and creating chaos, and the puck also tending to fall off just a little bit. We'll see if it even gets to that point. I mean, very well might, because there's no big tower push on either side, so it's gonna have to come down to team fights or pickoffs into like these objective-taking movements, if you will.
Yep. I think a lot of it is going to depend on how the mid lane matchup goes. I mean, Puck has a little bit of kill potential here against this Tiny. Tiny doesn't really have much against the Puck, so he just has to out CS him in lane and not get ganked. You don't really have good heroes for ganking on the side of Kaban.
It is a boxy Puck. Means he will go to the offlane now.
Prepare for
Quite
battle.
on the mid Razor. That's probably what you would have expected you looking at these, but look at this set. I have not seen this in action just yet. But this looks pretty damn good on the Troll, I'm not gonna lie.
Alright, and my camera is stuck, so I need to restart Dota.
Yes, you do indeed. That's what happens when you watch Dota TV. Directed camera, I do believe, so.
It's my favorite kind of TV.
Yeah. I can certainly understand that, so. I will forgive you this once. As we see Tiger scouting out, he has 3 mangoes to work with. Going forward. Beaver on the one side with Skitter on the lifesteal. Actually offline right now, so trying to dodge out the Puck, I guess.
30 seconds to battle.
Not sure if the Troll is it's the better matchup though.
I think Troll does pretty well against Lifestealer in the laning phase. Again, the Oracle can just purge off the open wounds if he tries to go on him, so he's pretty fine as far as that goes. But they did improve Lifestealer's armor, so he's not horrible against a Troll Warlord before. Troll Warlord would just beat him down in the laning phase before. Now he's got a little bit of room to work with.
Well, let's see. For now, actually 3 bounty runes going the way of Alliance, completely uncontested. Only the one going to Kaban, so money's already on the side of the Dire. Tiger's still sitting around bottom, so we're gonna see these dual lanes for now. Syndrin will probably not be moving too much on the Phoenix here. Tiger, though, I might decide to try and mix some other lanes up. If he decides to let Boxy get some extra experience.
And yeah, they actually didn't decide to chase the Lifestealer around the map with the Razor to just throw him mid. I mean, he does decent against pretty much everyone. It's a lot better. I guess he doesn't get out CS'd like the Puck would in lane, although you do lose a little bit of that kill potential. So Razor, pretty good option for sending in the mid lane here.
Problem is, like, you can't drain enough damage for 9 to really have to worry about, or really have to start worrying about not hitting last hits, right? You start with so much, you have to blank bait, especially when you picked up a tree. Like, Razor can almost get a full duration link off at level 1, which is, like, what, 28 damage at most?
Yeah, he was almost twice as much last hitting damage as other heroes. So
yeah, so we'll see how that develops. For now, Razor keeping up, but Heinies can do quite well in that department.
Bottom lane, people just throwing out a couple of spells when PK folk goes away from the lane.
As well, Mika gone on, but slow, but as you said, Insania with the Dispel, ready to go. Certainly the right support hero for the job.
Oh yeah, and like you said, this guy, he's a veteran to Oracle, so as soon as that, even before that open wound is on him, he's going to be channeling that to Fortune's End. He just sees it coming.
Alright, so I would assume then these lanes probably going to be sticking around in these kind of configurations. Again, Tiger is the one hero that could probably start to move around if we wanted to, but then again, where do you go in? I mean, 9 Very tanky hero, can't necessarily kill him off. Ulting all the way to top also seems kind of pointless unless you can maybe make a play on the Rubik. So why not just stick around bottom, make sure that Syndra can't stack and pull freely.
Yep. Got a DD right now too. Hits like a truck, 70 plus 70 damage. Basically got God Strength on already.
Close enough, yeah.
But yeah, I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of action unless somebody gets way too over-aggressive and dies and probably gets punished for it. I don't think anyone's going to be dying during this laning phase. Everyone's playing pretty passive right now.
Denied.
Just last hitting, denying as much as they possibly can. How does this develop though with the levels? Because right now Syndra actually being stunned up, still is the Icarus dive. So he actually used the orb to go forward. Still available. Still holding on to the cooldown, so Lions can't really commit on him still.
Yep. The most important thing for him is to just make sure that he doesn't use that Icarus dive or let the enemies know that he's using that Icarus dive. He needs to leave it off cooldown. He just used it here to pull the creeps and get there in time, which is a nice play.
Yep.
But again, Taiga already on top of it.
Yep. All these plays that you do to kind of repair being out of position. It's certainly working out, but if Taiga, is that he's right on top of it, immediately taking care of it, making sure that the creeper still connects where it's supposed to. And as a result, helping the puck maintain this lead in the bottom lane. 19-5 to the 8-1 of the Brewmaster. DKFO was not having the best time.
Top lane is a little bit of engagement, tried to go on the lifestealer right there, but again, he just pops rage, walks away from the Fortune Den, so again, not a whole lot either of these people can do unless they waste their abilities and clear sight of the enemies and then get taken down or run down without them. So, and these aren't players that are going to do that, so believe it or not, these are pretty good Dota players, dragondrop.
I would say so, yeah. That stands to reason that they are. That's why I got you on here, for this hashtag expert analysis. Silence on Syndra down bottom, though, actually. He didn't have the Icarus dive. What the hell happened?
Alright, I take back everything I just said.
Yeah.
Something cast.
They're all bad.
He got gone on Icarus dive was on cooldown, so not good for him.
Good on Alliance to see that opportunity and just start to leverage this insane amount of burst damage that they have. Puck only being level 4, but still winning Rift, 160 damage. Pretty decent. Mention that stun coming in too. Can get the right clicks in. Certainly for a squishy target like a Phoenix, that's not something that you can deal with. So also means that he can't really contest the bounty rune, which means actually Skidder and Beaver picked one up top. So 2 for 2 trade this time.
Yep. I like what this puck is doing with maxing his Waning Rift first. It's pretty good against both the Brewmaster and the Phoenix. If he can manage to pop that Waning Rift when he sees the Phoenix start his dive, he's going to come back right back to where he was before. So, smart decision by him right there. Plus, like, your Illusionary Orb is your escape tool, right? A lot of people use this ability to farm, but as soon as you do that to farm and harass with it, suddenly you've lost your escape and you're a lot more susceptible to a gank. So when you max the Waning Rift first, you get to harass the enemies and get some CS without losing your escape.
Yeah.
So I think that build is pretty smart.
Either your escape or your ability to go in, you feel like you can get away with it. Close the distance, Qualifier slowed down, so you can't really keep out the lifestealer. Beaver though, a bit behind enemy lines right now. These boots, though, he should be able to walk his way out if he does make the right decision. But Qualifier, he can't really stay away from the midway for too long, or can he? Finds him.
Well, they're gonna go on him here.
Lifted up. Nine's also hanging around though, so Qualifier is gonna need some help if he wants to engage this. So Nine ends up bailing his friend out and just posturing aggressively. Oh, the bottom though, DK Phobos. Trouble if they can get some extra damage and Moxie. Another stun's available in another couple of seconds. Tiger needs to connect with the stun. It's just going to be cooldown. But DK Phobos, a little bit too fast instead. They go over onto the Phoenix. There's a jump aggressively. One more right click, not quite enough. Syndra, there it is. The last one finds him inside the trees. He tried to juke it, he tried to jive it, but it didn't quite work out.
I don't think there was any getting away from that one. I mean, once puck's on you, he's going to get his Illusionary Orb back up eventually, but chasing him down, he recognized, okay, I'm not going to get this Brewmaster. This Phoenix a little bit out of position. He has 0 armor. I'll just click him down. Nice easy kill there. Knew what he could get and went for it. Not the ideal target, though.
At least you got something out of it. TK4 was right back in lane, so he's getting, again, not the best CS in the world, but he's still getting some, and he's also getting levels. Almost level 5 now, which is really the important thing on Brewmaster. And that's all that you're really looking for out of the early laning stage.
Levels?
Okay. On this hero, for
I mean,
sure.
if you get gold, it's pretty nice as well. But yeah, levels. He wants his ultimate.
Yeah. Can have no gold and still have the ultimate and still have a huge impact on the team, right?
And this guy's actually maxing Thunderclap first instead of Drunken Brawler. If you get more gold in the laning phase, yeah, you want to max your Drunken Brawler first because that does huge crit damage and scales really well. But alright, top lane, these two go on each other.
Because Fire can still rely on his ultimate whenever he needs to buy himself some extra time and get some lifesteal ready to go. Then things around on Syndran, but it does have the Icarus dive, so can stay cool, calm, and collected, as they say.
Does force the two of them to back away there, though, but creeps have followed him,
Dire's
so
middle
Kaban can
tower
safely
is
see us
under
under the
attack.
tower here. Bottom lane, we might see an engagement happening, though. People positioning here.
Always looking stun over on Beta, Boxy, getting close. The silence comes in just after the lift. Now with the core community, really want to get this Rubik into the afterlife, and they will be able to do it eventually. But at what cost? Tiger being crit down here. This rocket baller down on cooldown now. Boxy, well, there's another orb with the double stun also coming in at the perfect time for Tiger to buy him the space that he needed.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Good kill, better escape even.
Taiga God Dragon Drop, so nice Stormbolt right there. As expected of Alliance, sorry.
What?
Stop myself. Top lane. Lifesteal is forced to play pretty far back right now. He's only level 5 for a Warlord, almost level 7. So he's not. This is your position 1 as well. You want this guy to be getting lots of farm right now, and this is when he isn't dealing with the Razor.
And again, they found a full combo on Boxy, but he still found the orb out. Oof. That's gotta hurt. Well, let's lift into Avalanche, into DK4 was kind of going in, but just wasn't quite enough.
Yeah,
Let's fight up top, Insania. Well, that's the Bruce Blue committed, so they need to get something done here around this rune. They do secure it, I believe. Full of stuns on Insania, but well, that is an Oracle going down. They will secure that extra by the rune as well.
Ult for the bounty rune. Worth also got a nice little kill out of it, so they're pretty healthy and happy right now. They are 3k up on Alliance right now, though. We're only 10 minutes into this game, so Alliance like just dominating the laning phase right now. And as this game goes on, it's only going to get worse because, like I was saying before, this lifestealer needs to be getting farm when he's not dealing with this Razor. If he doesn't have if he's not sitting near the top of the net worth charts, and then he starts getting chained up in these team fights, he's not going to have any impact at all. Everything comes from this hero's right clicks.
I mean, looking at this net worth distribution, it seems pretty scary right now if you're a Kaban fan, because yeah, all 3 cores are sitting comfortably on top of the charts, and they're not really being pressured at all. I mean, Qualifier is doing whatever he wants in mid and just farming up some jungle camps in between. Boxy just continues to go bottom here with a follow-up stun on lifesteal. What the hell? They just burst him down. Okay. That's the thing, apparently.
Yeah, Lifestealer caught out. Rage was on cooldown right there, and they managed to chain stun him, then hit him with the silence before he could get it off. So being stuck in that Dream Coil and not having your Rage available is feels bad.
Especially up against a Lifesteal. He's kind of being traded as one of these really powerful heroes. It's actually very hard to deal with in most lane matchups, or at least in the kind of lane matchups that we're used to seeing with like the Titan, the Sankings, or whatever you want. Out of the offlane, and being this utility core without any help, but they managed to set their lanes up in a way that allowed them to force him into this offlane position where he naturally gets less experience, gets less farm, and now they're taking advantage of that as well. So they've broken the
Radiant's
lifesteal,
bottom
which is
tower is under attack.
a really good thing. Like
Really, really good. Step one in the path to victory.
yeah, he's not even
Radiant's
halfway to
bottom
the Midas
tower has
recipe right now.
fallen.
Oh, barely halfway right now.
Yep. I'm not sure Midas. Well, Midas has got to be the item. You want to be drawing this out as like late as you can with this lifesteal, given the fact that he's had a pretty poor start. So, and it's the Midas patch. Everybody's been talking about that.
Yeah. Anyone else
How many
go
Midases?
Radiant's
We're casting
bottom
some games.
tower is
Ooh,
under
top lane?
attack.
Got some SA games earlier today.
Performance.
Yeah, really goes down. Some SA games and I had a game with 4 Midases in it.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Good item right now. But I'd like to advise everyone watching not to always follow what pros do.
Go on 9, Tiger goes in, double stun. Qualifier, yeah, Avalanche slowed them down just a little bit, and they still need to do a little bit more damage. Lift back in as the Supernova comes out. They're walking away, and Qualifier gets a bit of extra help from Insane here just to make sure. Force out a few spells, they live to tell the
Radiant's
tale.
top tower is under attack.
Don't actually get a kill for it.
Good call for them to back out of that one as soon as the Phoenix dropped his supernova, though there's no way they were taking that down, or the fight underneath it with the tower there. It just, everything in combination is too much, despite being 5k up right now on Alliance. Puck farming away the top lane at the same time. So right now, Puck, I think, yeah, I don't think he wants to push this tower though. In fact, Rubik's getting in position, Lifestealer might be getting in position, but they don't have hard enough lockdown for this Puck, do they? The lift on Rubik just doesn't last that long. They don't have stuns on any other heroes, really. Avalanche has that interval where he can jaunt in between all those avalanches hitting you.
Yeah.
So it's hard to catch this Rubik. I mean, it's hard to catch this Puck.
Yeah, Tiny got a Midas. That's what I was looking for. Alright.
The tiny Midas.
Not like
I mean, they know that they
will
will draw this game out.
Lightning strikes twice.
They aren't winning right now, so they'll win eventually. So Midas is way to go.
I get that money, you know.
The attack speed it gives you now is pretty nice, 40, right?
Is it? It's 40 attack speed. Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and they've nerfed treads again and again. Treads only give you 20 attack speed. They used to give you like
Radiant's
25,
middle
30,
tower
and
is under
Gloves of Haste
attack.
give you 15. Gloves of Haste give you the same attack speed as treads now.
Yeah.
How weird is
Pretty
that?
crazy. I mean, this makes some
Dire
sense,
are
right? With the
scanning.
treads just being made with one Gloves of Haste.
hmm
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly useful, especially when a hero like Tiny who has a very hefty punch, but naturally not a lot of attack speed because of literally 0 agility gain. So if you can pick up items that help you, that can also augment that, then you can just up your DPS quite significantly in some of these team fights.
Yeah, looking at the side of Alliance here, they're not really feeling the Midas game. Control Warlord going for Battle Fury instead. I think that's the way to go. They want to end this like as quickly as possible. They know that the enemies are down net worth. They know that they have Midases. I think, yeah, they hit that PKB on Razor. Maybe get a couple items on the Sven, get the Blink on Puck. And have their Troll kind of be an answer if the game starts to go later. He's able to split push. He's able to farm faster than Midas is with his Battle Fury.
Yep.
I think that's their plan right now in Alliance. But again, they're pretty happy if this game doesn't go that late, and they are able to take advantage of the fact that Kaban is building all these Midases.
I mean, so far they're certainly on track. Qualifier just a farming monster, just even using the ultimate on cooldown. Just to help clean through these camps faster. Not just on his side of the map, but also on the other side. Tiger can be roaming back in and out to help out whenever needed. That also puts some extra pressure on this bottom lane, this bottom tier 2 tower. Only slightly chipped away at for now. That's all something that Kaban has to keep in the back of their minds.
Yep. I mean, you don't really have that much aggression on Kaban, but you still are able to take team fights underneath your own towers. You've got the Brew Split, you've got the Supernova, so your ability to defend towers is pretty nice if you guys can all react to it. They have stronger team fight than Alliance for sure, but Alliance isn't committing to anything too hard right now. They're like, okay, we do want to push right now, but we're going to kind of spread out around the map,
Radiant's
take
middle
advantage of the fact that
tower
our
is
heroes are
under
farming faster than you right now, and you can't take us in like 2 or 3 hero engagements. I think once they hit like a couple BKBs, then they're good to go.
That certainly seems to be the case. Foxy's still on top, he's clicking away at the tower, he has the Veil almost to a blink. Bottom now might be a little bit too... Oh, never mind. A few heroes were in mid, maybe looking towards bottom, but it's only DK down here.
Yeah, no team really ready to group up at this point, and again, Kaban's happy biding their time with the Midases, but Alliance also knows that they're not really able to take a full-fledged team fight at the moment. They need to out-level and get more gold in the enemy team a little bit more.
Yep. Well, might be something now from Tiny as well as Rubik. Smoked up together to try and secure this area. Even pick up this ward from the Dyers. Qualifier. Okay, this big smoke. Perfectly placed here, but now he's got himself a blink dagger too, so they find initiation on the Qualifier, lift him up into the air, and now they're going to turn us around. Boxy with the double coil. Now a couple of right clicks to nuke down one, they nuke down the other. And Razor, he was super low, but he didn't care. He knew that his team was coming. And he knew they could take this fight.
Yeah, that was super awesome. I mean, you have so much HP on this Razor right now, and you have the Ewell Scepter that was able to disable the Tiny, buy him a little bit more time for his teammates to arrive. But yeah, complete confidence that his team was going to arrive and despite that.
Lenton was sleeping in right in vision of Tiger, but they didn't want to go for it. More and more people coming in. And again, it's just going back to what people said, that Alliance still being patient. Take these opportunities when they can find them, but beyond that, don't force something that's risky that can put Kaban back on the map.
Yeah. And that was like a really good play by them. I mean, Razor's not playing too far forward. He is winning, but he's close enough to his tower that his allies were able to come in and help. And he has a lot of HP right now. And now he's got his BKB.
Does indeed.
Most of the enemy team is creeping up on him though, but I don't think they can take a fight against him when he has this BKB.
Oh, with the tower right there. 1500 health points, plus gold string, Warcry potentially. To add even more. Yeah, this is pretty scary to go into. No, didn't get the memo. Damage is being drained quite a bit. Goes on the Avalanche, Yules up to keep it in place regardless, and yikes.
Oh no.
Plus 253 damage, and if they're fast enough, they might be able to use some of that up against the tower, but no, it doesn't look like it.
No.
It's not lasting long enough. Meanwhile, up top, Boxy, yeah, should be absolutely fine. Oh, maybe not. Blink Labs, DK shows that one off. Boxy has his own, though, to get away after the orb. Unable to secure the runes. It's kind of the downside, but at least it doesn't feed over. A very important kill to the side of Kaban.
Yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about. They just don't have enough lockdown for the puck. There's the intervals between the Avalanche, and then there's the fact that at level 1, lift only lasts 1 second. Okay, they're going on Phoenix here. He's probably going to drop.
Good luck diving there. He's going to have to go for the Supernova, so that's baited out. But now Boxy perhaps this time in trouble, but no, Insania is there with the buttons. Absolutely fine. And this is the kind of lines that we're used to seeing from before their ruts in the Structure Major. It's just being in the right place at the right time, knowing exactly what they want to do.
I mean, they force the enemies to react there, but the teamwork from Alliance, like going that deep into it and Puck trusting his allies to be able to get him out of it, that was beautiful.
Stun being dodged here, but DKFO was with an ultimate committed. Looks like they might be able to find Tiger. All the control, Beav and someone also coming in. All that was space for Qualifier to just walk away.
Yeah, they do. They take down Taiga. He's worth a little bit of gold. They do need a couple kills right now because they're falling further and further behind Alliance. Even with those Midases, it's now a 10k lead for them. Yeah, and you're sitting on the net worth, like top 3 heroes are all the kills for Alliance. And you're pretty far behind them on Kaban. Here they go taking Roshan now, and you're not going to be able to get there in time. I don't even think that they know that they're doing it.
This one goes down reasonably fast. It's the least enthusiastic way I could have put it, but yeah, I mean, it wasn't super fast, right? It falls super fast, so just no minus armor will do that to you, but if no one's contesting it, then you have all the time in the world to chunk through it. On your troll, you get the Aegis in your hands, and slowly but surely they're getting to the point where they're gonna say, hey, we don't actually care about the supernova anymore because we can BKB and click it because it's only level 1. We don't really care too much about the Brewmaster because we can BKB and ignore him. We don't care about the lifesteal because we can drain his damage. Like, there's nothing they can do against us. Let's just go and take down tier 2s and take down high ground.
They are being disciplined about this. They're making sure they have all the tools they need.
Dominating, I guess.
I discharge
I mean,
your
in a
soul.
game like they know that they're falling further behind right now on Kaban, I'm sure. So they're going for these little bit greedier plays, playing a little bit further out, trying to get a little bit more out of the map. But again, when that fails, it ends up costing you a lot more.
Yeah.
Sort of, you have to take the risk to get back into the game, but if they catch you when you're risking, then you're falling even further behind. So just kind of desperate plays is all I can really think of for him being out that far.
He's desperately trying to buy some... What? Oh yeah, same there as well. Boxy with the DD one. Getting soul kill over on Beaver. But yeah, all of this just deploy to buy time for the lifestealers. Invested into creep right now. The damage is still being drained, funnily enough. I think the courier has the Radiance recipe, so he has that online. Pioneered this build. Definitely not the fastest timing though for Oliver right now.
Radiant's middle tower is under
I've seen
attack.
Oliver come back from worse with Radiances though.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Have you really?
I have. This guy uses that item like a god, and okay, never mind, he's gonna die.
Oh, there was no coil, that was on cooldown.
Wait.
Beaver walking in instead. Not sure what this one, my friend.
They have Supernova, there's a small chance
down
I can take this.
Primal Split being used, and this is immediately Alliance starts to back off, but there's a lift over Troll Waller. They're gonna have to try and ignore him because he has the Aegis. Quad Cutter way too far away, so they have to commit on Nicky, yeah. And they really, there's the ultimate here, there's the lifesteal. He should be fine with the false promise, and it's lifesteal down for the count. 9 next on the list, there's the Lightning Wheels. Not some of the damage, but he's back up to full health. Still has the Aegis, even if they bring him down here, he's gonna come right back, and the rest of his team with him. Syndra, nice stun from Tiger, mid dive. As 3 heroes go down in total for just the Aegis.
Radiant's top tower
Tier
has
2 and a Tier 3 probably to follow as well.
Oh, yeah,
Playing
there's
right
no way
into
they-
Alliance's hand state. They've used all of their spells, and they didn't stop this push in the slightest.
Radiant's top tower has
I mean, that
fallen.
was one of the best fights you're going to get for
Radiant's
Kaban,
top
though. I mean, they
barracks
were
are under
way too
attack.
far forward. You almost took down Nikke while he was disabled, but him getting off that ultimate and Insania being behind him,
Radiant's top barracks
just
has fallen.
the teamwork here from Alliance is just too much for Kaban to deal with.
They almost left the
Radiant
Melirex
are scanning.
alive. I would have been very angry
Radiant's
about
top
that.
shrine is under attack.
That's all good. Insane also
No one-
securing one Pantheon on bottom.
Dire's
You should be able
middle
to get both
tower is
tops.
under attack.
I mean, look at this. This game has been relatively quiet. I mean, most of these kills happened in the last, last 5 minutes. Or even shorter.
Yeah, pretty
But
one-sided.
this lead has trickled down to a 20k gold advantage for Alliance. It's
Mhm.
crazy.
And they're still not going all in. They're just playing disciplined Dota. I mean, they want to go to the minor.
Yeah.
They're not giving them a
Radiant's
single
bottom
chance here. They're
shrine
showing,
is under
okay,
attack.
we have super good teamwork. Like, they've shown that in tons of series that they played, tons of tournaments.
Yeah.
The teamwork out of Alliance is absolutely insane. But these guys
Radiant's
work together
bottom
so well.
shrine
I'm
has
pretty sure,
fallen.
was it Insania and Nikke, is it? They've been together for how long?
Forever, I guess you could say.
Forever?
I can say, yeah, absolutely. They've been playing together in the same squads
If you were a
for
millennial, I'd say wicked
probably since Honda's, honestly.
5 years or something like that?
Yeah, it seems like that. But now BKB comes out, Brock out down to half health. And starts to right click away, a lot of damage being stolen as Nikke goes in. As they have to find another call, just goes from one to the next. 2 heroes, 3 heroes, 4 heroes down as they're trying to buy back desperately. Looking for some sort of fight, but there's nothing to be gained. He DK Phobos with his ultimate is completely ineffectual. As Syndra and Cinderlo more like
More than 2 kills.
Skidder rolling in. I think they already gave up. They just want to get at least 1 kill here, but I don't think they'll get it.
No, that's not
They're all
happening.
dead.
And
GG
yeah,
is
this-
calls. And
Tower is under attack.
that is quite a statement from Alliance here. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and I mean, heading into game 2, you gotta feel pretty nervous in Kaban. I mean, It never felt like Alliance was dominating, but that was just a steady lead, and they never gave it up. They never gave you any breathing room. They knew exactly what to do this game. They didn't dive your towers, give you any chance to come back into the game. They just played steady Dota, went for their timings. Every time a little mistake came out from Kaban, they punished it.
Yeah. There's just nothing more to say. I mean, again, Alliance, they've had their rut, they've had the bad time in the major qualifiers. Ever since then, they have not dropped a single game, I do believe. Of course, mostly open qualifiers, so that doesn't really count. But also played in Winter Madness, and I played a few group stage games, of course, in this qualifier as well. We'll see if they can keep it up in game number 2. Stay tuned.